Hello everyone, welcome to Recapture, where the eyes capture and the camera recaptures. This is a channel about preserving memories to look back on. Hello, my name is Ran, and I wish you all a very happy and prosperous new year. Today is the third day of the year, and I'm very excited because I set some goals for myself that I'm very excited to achieve, and a lot of those are language goals. So if you know me, then you know that I love learning languages and I love learning about other cultures. And this year, this 2024, I am learning and practicing 5 different languages. And those languages are Chinese, Mandarin, French, Japanese, Korean, and Spanish. I am all on different levels on each of those languages, and the purpose of this video is to have something to compare to by the end of 2024 because I want to be able to see my progress throughout the year and see how I did with regards to my goals. This year I will continue making vlogs and videos for my channel, but the only difference is that I will also try to speak in other languages, those 5 other languages, so that I am able to practice regularly and I don't forget. And also, if you are a native speaker, I can invite you to correct me, correct my pronunciation, my vocabulary, and my grammar, etc. Today was also the first day of winter semester, and this term I am taking 3 language classes, and those classes are French, Chinese, and Japanese. I also want to include that I started learning German and ASL a few years ago, but those languages are currently on pause. For ASL because I only have access to free resources online, and I have recently watched a couple of videos by deaf and hard of hearing people who actually say that these ASL teachers on the internet do not actually teach proper signs. So I thought it would be better to get a formal education on ASL so that I actually do the signs properly. I don't want to get used to the wrong signs when I'm actually using ASL with other people. And it's the same thing with German. I only have access to free resources online, and for me it's really hard to learn German because the whole grammar and pronunciation is just very difficult for someone like me. And so that's on pause because it's not really a priority. It piqued my interest a couple years ago, but right now it's not very high on my priority list, so it's on pause. So to have something to compare to, I am going to just speak in those 5 languages and try to introduce myself. I'll just say what I know, I guess, and this will be the video that I will compare to by the end of the year, and we'll see how much I progressed. Starting with Chinese Mandarin, I actually do not know how to introduce myself in Chinese because I only really watch dramas, so I just get words and phrases from those, but I've never had a formal education, so I don't really know how to properly introduce myself, but I think it goes 我是 and then your name, so 我是Ran. And mind you, I've been watching a lot of Chinese and Taiwanese dramas ever since I was young, so there are some phrases that I hear all the time. And the other phrases that I know are 谢谢你，大家好，对不起，为什么这么了？我喜欢你。I think that's about it. So that's my level right now for Chinese. And then for French, I live in Canada, so I'm pretty much surrounded by French prints on all of the products, but I don't really know how to pronounce them. I've never taken French in school before, so I really have no idea how to even pronounce it properly, but I think I know how to introduce myself. Bonjour, je m'appelle Ran. And that's it. That's all I know. And then all the other French phrases like bonjour, bon appétit, bon voyage. That's it. Oh, and when I went to Quebec, I also used excusez-moi. And that's it. I don't know anything else. And un, deux, trois. and that's it. So there you go. That's my level of French. So for Japanese, I am taking a class in school right now, so I'm getting my first ever actual formal education. I did have an assessment because I didn't think I was a beginner because I've been self-studying, and my goal before was just to be able to watch dramas and anime without needing English subtitles, because if you don't know, if you're quite young, a long time ago when we had to watch dramas or anime, we had to Google the title and then episode one English subs, and then each episode was divided into like 4, 5, 6, 7 parts, and most of the time they are released without English subtitles, and you have to wait a couple of days or even weeks sometimes for someone to translate it and put the English subtitles. So at that time my goal was just to be able to watch them right away without needing English subtitles. I did actually kind of already achieve that goal, because one time I was watching a drama and I did not realize that I was actually not using English subtitles and I was watching the entire thing, and so that was quite an achievement for me. However, because I kind of reached that goal, of course, we have to upgrade. But of course, that's for daily basic conversation. They're very simple, they're not very complex. I won't be able to do that if you make me watch medical dramas or crime dramas, because those would have specific medical jargon, for example. Because of that goal of being able to watch without English subtitles, I never really bothered to study writing and reading the Chinese characters, which are the kanji. So now that I'm actually in school, I actually have to learn it, writing it and reading it. Because I wasn't a beginner, I had an assessment with my current professor, and she told me that my conversation skills, listening and speaking, are actually at intermediate level. However, my writing and reading are like grade 1 or something. So it's very basic, because again, I never really bothered. And so she told me that I can choose between intermediate 1 or basic 2. So I chose basic 2 just because basic is the foundation upon which you build the rest on. I want to be able to have that really strong foundation to build all the other levels on. If you talk to me in Japanese, I would most probably understand it, but it's harder for me to respond in Japanese because I don't really use it a lot, and I don't really talk to people that much in that language, but that's gonna change this year. To introduce myself in Japanese, I would say, こんにちは。私の名前はランです。27歳です。好きな食べ物はsinigangです。And then for Korean, I would say I'm in the middle of intermediate and beginner level. I'm just at the threshold, but I haven't really passed that gate or that level, I guess. I can understand quite a lot, but I have a hard time constructing my own sentences that are grammatically correct quickly. But if I'm to introduce myself in Korean, I would say, and there's my dog. I would say 안녕하세요. 제 이름은 란입니다. When it comes to actually expressing myself, that is a bit more difficult for me. So the goal is to just pass the threshold and be an intermediate learner. And lastly, for Spanish, I did take Spanish for 3 years when I was in high school, and I took Spanish last semester, so it's kind of fresh for me. I actually enjoyed it. I loved the class, and I loved everyone there. I loved my classmates, I loved my professor, and it was just a wonderful class all in all. And so I think it really helped with my learning because I was very motivated. To introduce myself in Spanish, I would say, Hola, me llamo Ran, tengo 27 años y me gusta beber aloe vera juice y me gusta comer las papas fritas. Puedo hablar en español, pero necesito que hablas en español muy slowly so that I'm able to understand you. So those are my current levels in those 5 languages. If you're also learning languages, then I hope this new video series will be a motivation for you too. If you're not learning any languages, but you're just interested in seeing people progress towards their goals, then hello, come join me in this language learning journey. So that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, but only if you want to. I'm not forcing you, and I will see you in my next video. Have a great day. Bye.